And, I would hate to think that he'd be jealous of any success I had.
Yeah. Who's going to replace you? Do you have any say in that?
No, but I sure wish her well, and I sure don't envy her.
Now, what is that?
Yeah, what is that?
I sure don't envy her. Why? Oh, are we replacing Babe Ruth in the lineup?
Right. Wally Pip.
Has Lou Gehrig sat down? Regis and Kathie, there was someone there before her, wasn't there?
Cindy Garvey.
Yeah.
Cindy Garvey.
So what is the big deal about replacing her? I don't envy her. She's got to follow me. But now that stuff was just minor. That's just Kathie Lee's ego. Then it got a little uglier here. Listen to some more of this.
Now, you did really well filling in for David Letterman. You got good reviews. I heard you were very funny. What if you had the opportunity to do a show like that? Have your own late-night program?
Yeah, I'm open to a lot of different possibilities right now. I just don't want to talk about my life for a living anymore. I'm pretty much open to absolutely everything. Hooking. Hooking is okay. I don't have to talk about my life. It's anonymous.
Stop.
Her voice.
This is a woman, first of all, the idea of Kathie Lee Gifford hooking is enough to send people racing from the prostitution industry.
Right.
But this is a woman who does nothing but talk about herself all day long. And I said, well, I don't have to talk, as if someone's been forcing her. I'm sorry, but for the last 15 years, has someone been behind Kathie Lee Gifford with a hammer saying, if you don't talk more about your kids, we're going to hit you with a hammer? No. So now it's like, oh, I'm so relieved I don't have to talk about my family anymore. And you picked up on that, and then Rachel starts to follow this line of questioning here.
Fine.
I know recently you've been upset about some of the tabloids and what they've said about your children. You've exposed them, though, and the public to them.
Right.
We know that your children very well from listening to you on Live with Regis and Kathie Lee, and now all of a sudden you're upset that they're writing something on the cover of a trashy tabloid magazine. Why all of a sudden are you upset over this?
Well, I think if you'd listen back to your question, you'd realize, that you already answered it. Writing something trashy and disgusting about them.
But it's just
are you a mother, Rachel?
No, I'm not.
Yeah, well then you can't understand.
No, but
it's impossible to understand if you don't know.
Now that was the first little knife thrown.
Well, I guess
you can just hear it in that tone. As if, well, I guess you're just not worthy as a person.
Yes.
If you don't have children.
Not
I mean, Rachel.
Not in our club.
Yeah. I mean, the fact that Rachel may be, well, depending on Kathie Lee Gifford's real age, maybe 20, 30 years younger than her, may not enter. Well, you just wouldn't understand.
No.
Well, of course not then. I can't even speak to you. You're not a real person.
They're too complex.
Children.
Yeah, I am not sorry I've ever shared my children with the public. Anytime they were in the spotlight, it's because they chose to be there with me.
Now stop. That I want to throw up at.
Yeah, what did she think was stupid?
Right. When the kid was 6 months old, we were hearing about it. I'm sure with the kid, Mom, talk about me on TV. All right, I will. They never were anywhere they didn't ask to be. All through their lives, we've been hearing about these kids.
That's right.
They're probably drag kicking and screaming. Oh, they always wanted to be. They wanted me to talk about them all the time.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
I've never asked my children to do one thing they didn't want to do. And people are welcome to write about my children and put them in the spotlight.
Yeah.
But nobody has the right to lie maliciously about them.
But those are tabloid magazines. Most people know that they're not credible papers anyway, so why should that bother you? I mean,
well, you want to read my mail, and maybe then you'll understand that people do believe it. And if Cody chooses to be in show business, and that's what his choice is down the road, that's certainly his business and not mine. But if that's what he chooses, he shouldn't have to have some tabloid stories that he's a miserable, rotten little kid wwho throws tantrums and throws food and is evil and a monster.
She says that in a way like she said it before.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a miserable, rotten little monster. And by the way, what's this? If he chooses to go into show business, then he shouldn't have this on his record. Look, if she cares about him, then she would worry about it, period. Not, if he goes to show business, this is going to haunt him.
Right. Now that he lives a regular life, this is going to haunt him.
Right. Don't you think being the child of Kathie Lee Gifford is enough to haunt you?
Yes.
That's still not the worst part, though. That's coming up.
That's part of the life that you've chosen. When you are a celebrity, you have to be prepared for people to say mean things. And Kathie, I don't know how you do it. I mean, you're a victim of so many jokes, and you continue to hold your chin up high. You were booed at the Super Bowl, and I really admire your strength.
Excuse me, I was booed at the Super Bowl by about 5 people. I was absolutely cheered like crazy also.
Now, hang on a second.
Cheered like crazy.
Hang on. I was at that Super Bowl, okay? And I remember when they introduced her to sing, and I could hear the boos. Now, if you can hear the boos in a stadium that holds 80,000 people, that means that at least a third of the place is booing, which would be about 20,000 some odd people, not 5. But you don't hear 5 people booing,
Right.
all right? And I was cheered wildly by everybody else.
It was lukewarm.
Excuse me, Rachel. And then she really took offense.
I was absolutely cheered like crazy also. And if you choose to believe, just the boo, then you know what, Rachel? You've got the right to your opinion, sweetie. You really do. But I've also got the right to say you're full of bull.
Oh, stop. Stop me.
This is too much.
You've got the right to your opinion, sweetie.
Isn't she something?
What a put down.
America's little sweetheart.
Sweetie.
Now I
You've
know.
got the right to your opinion, sweetie.
I never knew what it was about her that people didn't like.
She's
Well, now I
annoying and
know.
obnoxious and lives in a whole different world than the rest of the people who are watching her. But you've got the right to your opinion, sweetie. Well, we should go get the tape from that Super Bowl and play it.
Yeah, we got it.
So that you can hear the boos on there. Then I know that must be some really loud 5 people.
Yeah.
You've got the right to your opinion, sweetie. And I've got the right to say you're full of bull. Well, we've got the right to say you're full of bull.
Right.
too.
Kath.
I don't know. Is there any more?
I'm not challenging you. I'm just asking you questions. And I admire you. I mean, it's no secret that a lot of people pick on you, Kathie. I like you. I stick up for you all the time, and I'm just simply asking you, how do you hold your chin up so
I don't
high?
want to hear. I don't want to know.
How's she
You don't
hold
have
her
to
chin
be
up?
that nice to her.
Well, you know
Well,
how
I
she
felt bad because, I didn't know that I was her.
She holds her chin up because it follows her nose.
No, the doctor who did the plastic surgery holds her chin up. You know that. Come on.
Now, I'm not getting into that.
Well, you know she had some work
I don't
done.
want to. I'm not talking about physically or anything. Just
she
her
had some work.
personality is
How do you
enough.
hold your chin up so high?
Hooking. Hooking is okay.
More to come here on the Mitch Albom Show.
Still to come, Johnny Travolta's movie review is when the Mitch Albom Show continues here on the ABC Radio Network.
So I'm sitting and clicking and bang, gorgeous, hot, and sexy models like you've never seen.
Yeah?
I'm telling you, what a website. I start ordering right online, and then my engine was roaring and my rocket was ready.
Hey, hope the wife don't find out.
You kidding? She told me about it. Anyway, finally I can get my hands on what I've wanted my whole life.
You mean...
Yeah, supermodels.
You're kidding.
No, model trains, model planes, model rockets, ehobbies.com. Rocks.
A new world for hobbyists and free shipping with a $25 minimum purchase. That's ehobbies.com.
A Chinese philosopher once said, "Do not use a hatchet to remove a fly from a friend's forehead." Interesting quote, but not the